The Ice Queen. Among the crowd were 3 people who were sat together discussing relationships. Now, 2 of them, Tom and Susan, were in a steady relationship, and they were trying to help their joint friend Lucy out of the doldrums of yet another fruitless venture, which had only left her in sorrow and heartache. I know you 2 have been together for 3 years now, and that it must seem that your love is as infinite as it is eternal. However, statistics dictate that there is a beginning, middle, maturity, old age, and an end to the romantic feelings, and those romantic feelings are the glue that hold relationships together, and that it is either insecurity of being alone, or convenience, familiarity, and habit that keeps couples together for life. However, once those romantic feelings run dry, usually they fall apart. When researched, it is writ that when couples first meet, they release dopamine and serotonin for each other, and this makes them feel the romantic rush that is commonly known as the honeymoon period. But it only lasts about a year, and then the oxytocin kicks in, and the result is that we like to snuggle up to each other. Oxytocin can also be attained temporarily just after orgasm, or when a mother is breastfeeding her child, or when we eat cheese, but whatever, it shows that not only are we controlled by our chemicals, but that the control is only temporary, Lucy explained. Tom came in with, "Well, Lucy, I know that you never seem to have a good time with your relationships, but I think it is down to the type of men that you choose. I think that you should change your type of men and follow your heart." Lucy came back. All men want is a mother, nurse, and a place to dispose of their orgasmic waste, and as soon as the lustrous feelings wane, they just want the mother and the nurse, and off they venture into the night to satisfy their other needs. Susan put in, "Lucy, not all men can be categorized in that manner. If you carry on with that attitude, you will become miserable and damage your ego even more, and you will lose your ability to open up and find love, and believe me, to be loveless and alone is a fate worse than death." Lucy retorted, "Well, it certainly feels that way to me, for they love you, live with you, insist on changing you, use you for their selfish needs and pleasure, and then they change, break their promises, or they do not like the way in which you have changed and run off with someone else that gets them romantically high, or reminds them of you when you first met. Whoops! I forgot. They, when with you, are always looking at the glamour and glitz girls, and when you catch them gazing, or hypothetically dreaming and stalking, they give off some story of it is you that they love, and that they were in their head thinking of yesterday, or planning tomorrow. Then, when their chemistry wanes, they run off with voluptuous Barbie into the sunset, not so they have a happy ever after, it is so they can share a bed for the night." Tom come back into the conversation with, "I think that is true with small-minded and greedy, selfish, immature men who aren't sensitive gentlemen that listen and meet your needs. However, as experience takes hold, one sees beyond the flesh and bones of the glamour and glitter girls, and knows that it is the friendship that is important. We all start out selfish, greedy, stupid, and clumsy, but when we get hurt, we obtain empathy for the other, and we tend to choose friendship as an attraction. Relationships go deeper than sex or lust. A good partner is there for you when you are down or in need of support. They are there backing your adventures, and if you fail, they pick you up and give you comfort and help you to rediscover your courage to try again or to embark on another adventure. Where there was bitterness and anger, they replace it with love and happiness. Where there was loneliness and darkness, they bring you warmth and light." Lucy bellowed, "Well, tell that to the press, for you only have to look at the papers, in the clubs and pubs, in the night school classes, and up and down the streets, to see that sex conquers all. I mean, they tell you that they love you, and will never leave you, and you fall for it. Open up your heart, and together you make plans, and then before you know it they are telling you, or someone else is telling you, that they are having sex with some homebreaker up the road, and all that was promised has been annihilated for a fresh new princess, and another toss of the coin. Tom came back in defense of mankind. Look, Lucy. I know that you always get the raw deal, and so do a lot of people. But that is because of the wrong choices that you have made when choosing your love partners. The problem with the disloyalty and short-lived love reality is that men are victims to their hormones and expectations, and women are victims to their hormones and emotions. What happens here is that when they are out and about flirting and looking for that special person, is that women are looking for someone to fill the hole in their hearts and their empty lives with honesty, trust and commitment, and men, as you just stated, are searching for a woman so as they can fill her with their seed. The men controlled by those hormones will say and do anything to reach their goal, and a good deal of the time, they even fool themselves with their own drives and impulses. And at the same time the women, with their need to fill that emotional need, do not take time out to see if everything is correct and in good working order, and they fall headlong into what turns out to be another fruitless relationship. Look, let us take another look at this, only this time, let's look at it not literally, but as an abstract and spiritually, in between lives, before one descends into this school of life, one is showed a book. The book is written in spirit, and it is said that the book itself is eternal, and that it is in our chosen karmic duty that we meld with it through our destiny. Each time that one is born into the world, one reads from the book, and then falls into a deep forgetful sleep where one is in hope of both their soul selves and their spirit guides, that one will intuitively remember what was written in their book. Now, when one's life is confrontational, say in your case with love, one is to see that all these bad choices have been of one's own making, and in so recognizing, gain wisdom from the situations and events, and in the future act more wisely and responsible. These negative partners are like psychic vampires, and they come knocking at one's door offering one chocolate and roses and empty promises. They take our hopes and wishes and then turn them into commitments, deadlines and dreams. Then, when the day arrives for them to grant us our final and most intimate wish, they either let us down, or spit in one's face with malice and contempt. In the soul world, if one saw with their spirit eyes, one would see spirits shining as they dance and play within the light. That light emanates out from within the very fabric of their ethereal selves, and is created with pleasure, bliss, joy, self-development and the like. We are all seekers of truth and love, and at the same time we are being sought. For all the spirits that live in this world need to experience the light, and if one could see plainly into this world, one would see the dark parasitical entities, and how they feed off of the light of others. In our world they enter and smile and show us their appreciation. Then they shut us down by controlling, demeaning, or distorting our emotional mind with coercive bullying until one is but a shadow of one's true self, and then they treat one like a pariah, leaving one hurting, destitute, abandoned, ripped to shreds with feelings of loss, confusion, self-pity, horror at being lost and alone again, along with an overwhelming sense of worthlessness and despair. If one turns one's back on the lessons to be learnt and either suffers by putting up with it, or ignores it in some other way, or abandons the lover's search altogether, when one crosses over and presents one's life's work to one's spirit guides and spiritual teachers, if it is not as it is written in one's spirit book, then one will be sent back down into the physical world to do their corrections time and time again, until they get them right. So, do not run away from your responsibility, and face up to your fears and let go. If there is true love to be sought, stay true to yourself, and keep to the lighted path, and if it has been orchestrated by those in spirit, you will meet with your soulmate for another time, and you will, in your case Lucy, recognize him by the way he smiles at you. However, on the path, if you stray, you will meet with his brothers of darkness, and they will keep you from your true destiny, and your true love. And how do you recognize these creatures of darkness? You see it in the way they smile. Yes, one smiles for you and the other smiles at you. In the book it tells of angels and demons, and it simply states that one can see the angels because they put others before themselves, and one can see the demons because they put themselves before others. The rest is a simple case of observation and calculation. It also states in that book that angels have good hearts and demons have bad hearts, and simply states that soulmates shine into each other. They do not steal the light from each other. I mean, there are men out there that do understand commitments and whatever. It can be a love that is created by either nature or nurture, and because they are able to love with the heart of a domesticated pet, or because of an ardent past, that relationship can be built on the grounds of honesty, loyalty, open-mindedness, tolerance, unconditional love, relativity, dignity, common courtesy, kindness and respect. Everybody that was listening agreed with him, Tom included, before he carried on. The personality is made up with one's genes, one's conditioning and local environment, and one's chosen qualities that one has grown to love in themselves and in others. One's qualities are universal traits that one is akin to. Do you love the qualities, or the host? So, if one is searching for qualities, one can love more than one host at the same or separate times. If the person is no good in one's current relationship, separate yourself from that person, so that you may find a personal character that is in par with the qualities that you truly seek. In order to do this, one must wake up from the dream and see the mix-up in the male or female chemistry, and see things as they truly are. Become lucid dreamers in one's search. Sit with their family and friends and see how they act and react with each other. Research them like you would a science project, and see why and how their past relationships failed. And as I say, time, patience, observation, and calculation is the greatest teacher. They say that the true magic of a relationship is when you are getting to know each other. So why not take full advantage of this? And if they are impatient with your research, then know that whatever they show, or say that their feelings are not as deep or as strong as they dictate. If you analyze yourself, Lucy, and see if you are a dependent, codependent, or independent, and then think about what and why you attract the men that you do. And if you are a codependent, then find a job in care work and keep independent in your lover's quest. Or you will attract the dependent, and although it is said that the like attracts the like, it is not so when those two seek a stable union, for all that can come from it is possession and insanity. However, if it is you who are the dependent, then you can be too smothering as you secure your foothold with commitments, and he is sure to run like a wild stallion in a ravaged storm with his head held high, his body bolt upright, and his tail trailing behind him, with your marital dream house abandoned, derelict, and condemned in his hoof dust and the savage wind. Then, if you are both codependents, one will shut the other down and transform them into a dependent until they are on the verge of a nervous breakdown, and they end up. In this I generalize, so don't take it literally when speaking on gender, for it could go either way when I say running home to mum, if it's the female, or inebriated and shipwrecked down the local boozer, or upstairs in bed depressed and alienated if it's the man. Then, to top it off, in my own experience anyway, and I am sure that there is much more diversity than I could possibly cover all at once. Or in one lifetime, there are the fly fishers, as they cast their bait into the river of life, and they pull you in and then let go only to pull you in again. And some say that these fishers of men and women are scared of commitment, but on a spiritual level they are just plain destructive. So, if he tells you he will ring you and he does not and he has a lame excuse, then excuse him no more and swim away before he gets that hook implanted in your heart. For it is not your love that he wants, it is your life force. The only way that two people can surely survive is when they are both individual and responsible for their own and each other's lives, and at the same time, they are always mature and open-minded and are able to remain objective in love, and all this magic comes from experience of love found, love lost, and a seemingly endless spell of loneliness and desperation. Susan spoke out. Take time out, Lucy, to reassess your own self and goals. Do not hate mankind, see the split as convalescence, and yet another of life's lessons, and you can change destruction into wisdom for future construction, and it might take a while, but eventually you will find yourself, your partner, and your worth. In the aftermath of the event, learn to feel that hole in your heart and life for what it truly is. For that longing is nothing more than chemistry that we attach our loneliness to, and as soon as you recognize it as such, then the whole will become disempowered, and you can really get on with your life, and you will reach another plateau. And I tell you, the scenery and the view up here is fantastic. When one takes a ride on a roller coaster, one says that it really scared them even though they were smiling as they rode. If they were really rising and falling, they would be far from laughing and smiling. They know that it is a slim chance in them being in any real danger, but their chemistry, this time their adrenaline and the panic and fear what they attach to it is what is really taking place, and that is why it is all done in the name of fun and entertainment. Self-love is not gazing into the mirror with that faraway look masking one's countenance. It is to love your life, qualities, and your ambitions, and to actively carry them out with self-discovery. So, the women should learn that the same is true for their emotions and their loneliness. That feeling, like past men, will eventually fade, only to be replaced with self-love, and this is not the same as being narcissistic or ego-centered, but integral and fulfilling in their hobbies, personal sophistications, and their career. Eventually, you will laugh at how you felt so bitter and twisted because of a few disloyal, twisted, dysfunctional, narcissistic, self-serving and self-opinionated men, and you will shine, and when you begin to shine, love will follow. When it does, do as Tom suggested and let them take you out on dates, to the cinema and dinners and whatever, and do not rush things. Then, when all the bells toll and you feel as if you truly know the person that you wish to partner up with, tell them that they are special for you and show them that you love them, and if they are kind and compassionate, why not take it to the next step and see? I mean, we are creatures of habit, and it seems sometimes that unseen forces that hide within or behind nature control us. But I think that we do have free will, and that we are not determined by anything other than our own selves. Love is when one relates to something, or someone special, you know, really connect, like you do when you enjoy a good meal, a good walk, a great book, a lovely drive in the country, etc. When one feels high and horny on love, this is romantic love, and this is nature's way of trying to get us to procreate. This love is always temporary. When the romantic love fades, if you get along with the person who is left, this is true love. If you do not, then off you will wander. All I am trying to say, Lucy, is do not stay lost and bitter. Rise from the ashes like the phoenix, and you may meet Mr. Right around the next corner. I mean that some men have it in them to be honest, loyal, kind, caring, have respect and are able to listen to your every word, but you have to have patience too, and not just look, but follow a line of investigation to find your perfect man. So, use your God-given free will and carry on with your search for your prince, but make sure that when he sees you in full control of your own self and your beautiful horse." "Thanks, Tom," was her reply.